Some people would say this is a necessary upgrade, and some people would just say that I've run out of sensible projects to do in the house. But either way, these windowsills definitely need upgrading. No, to be fair, this wood is in a little bit of a mess. It's really cupped. You probably won't be able to see on camera. So I am going to be replacing them. And rather than replacing them with wood or the horrible PVC covers that you get, decided that I'm going to go for some stone. So in today's video, I'm going to be repurposing the slabs that I took up from our yard and making them into some nice stone windowsills. So the first thing I need to do is remove this windowsill. Brought in various tools which should hopefully do the job. What I'm kind of thinking is, if I can get this PVC trim off easily, I can then use the trusty multi-tool and probably the hammer and pry bar, and then hopefully it all comes off without pulling too much of the plaster away. So I've got an old chisel that I'm going to try and pry this PVC up with. It's just siliconed in. The whole windowsill actually moves. You probably can't see that on camera, but the whole thing is actually moving. Right, there's the PVC trim off. That wasn't too bad to come off. And then we've got the nice knackered windowsill underneath. The whole thing just moves. So I'm just going to cut along here and along the other end with the multi-tool, and then hopefully, I mean, I don't think this is attached in very well, so I think it'll just probably lift out after that. Get this stave under there. From the size of those nails, I'm pretty sure that's original. No wonder it's so warped. Should feel the breeze coming through there as well. Right, so they came out better than I expected, and we should be able to fill those nice and easy. So I've just been out and cut the couple of slabs to size, and I've just put off camera some expanding foam in these gaps, and my expanding foam gun broke, so this is going to be a little bit awkward to fit because I'm going to be fitting these with some adhesive and then obviously filling the rest of these little gaps with expanding foam, but we'll get by somehow. So next up, all I'm going to do is oil these slabs just to darken them up a little bit, and then I'm going to put some of the wax oil finish on the top just to make them feel a little bit smoother and obviously stop them marking as easy. Right, so this is a couple of days later. I've gone out and got a new expanding foam gun just to make things a little bit easier because I'm going to be using foam to fit these. So I've oiled them up and I've just test fitted them into place. Everything's fitting quite nicely. There's a bit of a gap along the back of the window, which I knew about anyway. I knew that was going to be there, so I'm just going to be making some sort of trim for that, but we'll make that after. I've got expanding foam and some adhesive, and I'm going to use those together to get these fit. This window is also not level to the windowsill, so there is a slightly different gap along here, but we're going to fit it in line with the current windowsill opening rather than trying to mess around with the levels too much. Apparently these are the worst expanding foam guns ever, but I just bought a cheap B&Q one. Let's see how bad they are. So I'm going to leave this to dry now for a few hours. This expanding foam will obviously expand, fill all the gaps. I'll keep an eye on it. I'm pretty sure the foam's not strong enough to lift it, but I'll just keep an eye on it anyway, because expanding foam does expand quite aggressively sometimes. But yeah, once that's done, I can then move on to filling these edges, and obviously all the way around. Whilst I'm waiting for this to dry though, I'm gonna go and make some trim. I looked at PVC trim and decided white would look weird against the dark of the stone. I looked at getting some pine demolding yesterday at B&Q, but they were pretty much all useless. They were either had knot holes in them or were split and cracked. So I thought, I'm sure I can probably make something better. Then I remembered I had this random offcut of ash, which obviously is nowhere near long enough, but just trying that out, I think that looks quite nice. So I'm gonna make a longer version of this, and this will be the trim that sits along the front. This is just gonna get fitted with some silicone because I'm gonna seal all the way along the edge just to stop any air coming through, because there was quite a bit of a draft coming through this windowsill before. So I'm gonna go out to the workshop and make another one of these now. So this is the piece of ash that I'm gonna be making the trim out of. This was stored in the probably useful at some point category, even though it's a bit of a mess. Just seemed too good to throw out, and I'm glad I kept it now. Obviously needs a bit of work, but I'm gonna basically cut a piece very similar to this out on the bandsaw. So I've just thicknessed this down. I just stuck it to a piece of plain timber, just because this was obviously wobbling all over, so it wouldn't have been ideal. And I've just double-sided taped this, which should peel off all right. Excuse the state of the workbench, I wasn't expecting to be filming on this today. Well, that double-sided tape was stronger than I expected. But I made this oversized because I was almost certain that the ends would split, and they have just a little bit, so I'm glad I did that. Now I can just cut this to its final size. I'm going to split this down the middle, and then I'm obviously going to square up the ends. So I've just marked the centre, and then I'm going to cut this down the middle. I'm not going to bother filming this. And then this other piece will be used for another windowsill, which I am doing, but I'm not obviously going to film the exact same process for that one. So this is dry enough now that I can move on to the filling. I've made this trim, test fitted it, that's all looking good. So now it's just to fill all of the gaps underneath and the sides. I'm probably going to just time lapse this because it's a pretty boring process. I have done a separate video on using filler to fill holes in the wall, so if you're interested, go and check that one out. But for this video, I'm just going to time lapse this. Right, so that's the filling all done, so that just means we now need to give it a coat of paint. I've just got a sample pot made up just because we didn't quite have enough of the paint left over. I didn't really want to buy a full tub of paint, so I got a sample pot, so hopefully this colour should be absolutely fine. So that's everything painted, and the last thing to do is get this trim fitted. So all I'm going to do with this is seal the gap in behind with some silicone, and then I'll use the silicone to use as an adhesive to stick the trim on, and then I'll just weigh that down until it's dry. Once that's dry, I'll stick some wax on it, same wax as this, and I'll obviously give this another coat just to clean this up and buff it up, and then we will be done. Right, so we've just got silicone and we're just going to squeeze that down in this gap. And obviously put some on the front for the trim to adhere to. So that's everything sealed up, and then this trim is obviously just to cover everything. Now I'm just using a Wonder Wipe just to wipe away these little bits at the front. Just because it's white silicone, obviously you don't really want to see the white. Right, so there's the trim in, which looks very nice. And then all that's left to do is just give this a quick wipe down and then give everything another coat of the oil. And it's the wax oil I'm going to be using for this bit rather than the oil then the wax oil. So I'll give it enough protection. So I'll work it into this ash trim. This is quite nice because it matches up with all of the other ash that I've used in the living room, and it's quite similar to the oak as well, so that's obviously quite nice. And just buff all this up with a little bit extra, and then there might be a little touch up, a bit of paint, but other than that, it should be us done. So there we go, all done, and I definitely think this was a worthwhile upgrade. I'm really happy with how these have turned out. The old windowsills were in a bit of a state. They were over 100 years old by the look of it as well, so it was no wonder. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this project, please go and check out more videos on the channel. Give this video a like, and I'll see you in the next one.